prosecution ready to call its first witness.
Your Honor, I would like to call my first witness, Officer Momo.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Officer Momo, please stand up. And raise your right hand. Do you promise that the testimony you shall give in the case before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I promise to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
You may proceed.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I will now proceed my chief examination with Officer Momo. Officer Momo, could you please introduce yourself to the court?
Yes, my name is Officer Momo. I'm 50 years old. I graduated from Zatanu Police Academy 29 years ago. And for most of my career, I was assigned to the police station jail.
Okay, Officer Momo, could you please describe the incident on March 1st, 2021 at the police station?
On March 1st, 2021, I was on duty at the station jail. Senior Officer Strait and I brought in two individuals. One was Elcha Parker, who was booked into the jail and placed in an interrogation room. And the other one was Dane Carrier, who was let go.
Could you explain the reason you and Officer you decided that it's necessary to question Parker?
Yes, Officer Strait and I decided to question Parker about the items found in her car, the scales found on her body, and her suspected involvement with PDP's connection to the drug trade.
So how was the interrogation?
Well, the detainee was very hesitant to answer our questions, and after some time without any success, we both exited the room.
Officer Momo, why did Senior Officer Strait decide to interrogate the accused alone?
Yes, Officer Strait suggests that I allow her to question Parker alone, as she was more experienced in questioning and had the means to have better interaction and enable better communication with the detainee.
So what was the outcome of that interview?
Officer Strait told me that she was having no luck with Parker, and she suggests that I question Parker alone.
When you interrogate Parker alone, how did you conduct the interrogation?
So when I entered the room, Ms. Parker didn't look particularly stressed or tired at this stage. So I asked her why she wasn't cooperating with Officer Strait, and I warned her that her time was running out to cooperate. Also, I told her that the amount of cocaine she had been found with was enough for us to prosecute her for the possession with intent to deal, which was going to carry a much heavier sentence, and this was her last chance to earn our good grace.
What was the result of that interrogation?
Parker denied that she knew anything about the white powder and how it got there, and I also found her very rude and disrespectful.
After the interrogation, where did you take Parker to?
I took her back to the holding cell.
Okay, Officer Momo, what events took place after the detainee was brought back to the cell?
So about 10 minutes after Parker was returned to the holding cell, I was at the guardroom desk and I heard shouting, so I walked over to the holding cell.
What did you see at that moment?
At that moment, I saw Parker rocking back and forth while talking to herself, and Parker was also quickly pulling at the zipper of her jacket, and it looked to me like she was attempting to break off the zipper and make a weapon out of it. So I was like, I also saw Parker put her hands into the front of her pants. So I was really concerned for I think that she may be hiding something dangerous.
So what was your decision after seeing those demanders?
After witnessing this, I had concerns for Parker's safety and that of other people in the holding cell. So I decided to enter the cell and conduct an unclosed search of Parker's person to ensure that she was not attempting to make a weapon and even use it to harm herself or another person in the holding cell.
Okay, so what was the result of that unclosed search?
So upon removing her pants, I noticed a small piece of paper sticking out of her underwear waistband. So I removed that paper and found a fold-up note which said, "Meet me on the rooftop of the party at 7 p.m. and was signed Alex Smith."
Officer Momo, who was Alex Smith?
Alex Smith is a well-known drug dealer by all the police at the station.
After the enclosure of Alger Parker, could you tell us where did you go?
So after the unclosed search, Senior Officer Strait and I decided that we needed to question Parker about the note found on her person. But before that, we decided to wait a few hours so that she could calm down a little bit. And in this time, we also received the lab results confirming that the white powder was cocaine.
How did the interrogation with Parker happen?
Officer Strait and I told her that we knew that the powder was cocaine and had found the note, which indicate that she was intending to meet up with a known drug dealer at the party that night. And we warned her that we clearly had enough evidence to prosecute her. And it was her last chance to get on our side. So she became even more aggressive and upset in response to our questions.
What did Alger Parker finally admit?
After several times asking, Alger Parker finally admitted that she knew about the existence of the white powder.
Okay, last question. How long was Alger Parker detained?
Well, overall, Parker was kept in the police custody for just under 8 hours. I did not keep a detailed record of how long we questioned her for, but I do not believe it was more than half of the time she spent detained.
Thank you, Officer Momo. No more further questions for Officer Momo. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Prosecutor. Does the defence have any cross-examination for Officer Momo?
Good morning, Officer Momo. Considering to the call's valuable time, I request you to be short and precise while you're answering the questions. Were you assigned to the police station jail?
Yes.
You questioned Parker in the interview room, right?
Yes.
Did Officer Strait suggest you to question Ms. Parker?
Yes.
Officer Strait said he had no luck with Parker, didn't he?
Yes.
Officer Strait suggested you to question Parker with a more aggressive approach.
Yes.
Did you accuse Parker of possession of drugs with intention to sell?
We were just investigating.
Okay. So during interrogation, did you warn Parker of heavy punishment?
I warned her about the sentence, not the punishment.
Did you know that police officers must conduct a search before booking someone?
Yes.
Did you know that Officer Strait already conducted a free search on Alger Parker at the checkpoint before?
I have no knowledge about that.
Oh. Did you explain to Ms. Parker about the ankle search?
Unfortunately, I didn't.
Ms. Parker denied your request to take an ankle search, didn't she?
Yes, she did.
Did you know that Parker was transgender?
Yes.
Did you keep a record of what Alger Parker said?
About what? I did not catch that.
Did you keep a record of what Parker said?
Sorry, I did not.
Did Ms. Parker request you to replace the searcher?
Oh, yes.
Officer Momo, Sultanu Police Operation Procedure states that a transgender person should be searched by the LGBTI specialist if a transgender person requests. Is that correct?
I'm aware of that, yes.
And besides that, if an appropriate person is available to conduct the search, then the appropriate person will be the one who's conduct the search. Is that correct?
I don't know if that's correct, but I'm aware of that.
Do I need to repeat the question?
Yes.
Okay. And besides that, if an appropriate person is available, to conduct the search, then the appropriate person will be the one to conduct the search. Is that correct?
There are some exceptions.
Did you call Lenny Bloom to remove Parker's clothes?
No, I didn't.
Did you try to contact Lenny Bloom if she was available?
No.
Despite Lenny Bloom, a transgender specialist, being on duty, you performed the ankle search. Is that correct?
I performed the ankle search, yes.
Did Eltra Parker refuse the knowledge of white powder found in her car during former interrogations?
Sorry, during the formal interrogation, you asked?
Yes, and former interrogation and the first interrogation.
Yes, she denied.
Despite the fact that Eltra was constantly refusing the knowledge of white powder found in her car, did you question Ms. Parker repeatedly?
Persistently, yes, we did.
During the last interrogation, did Ms. Eltra Parker appear exhausted or tired?
No.
No?
Yes.
You ignore Parker's request to take back the statement?
Yes.
You didn't keep any record of interrogation, is that right?
About the time, I did not.
So you already stated that in the chief examination, you answer like Eltra Parker looked tired and stressed. You answered this in the chief examination. Is that correct?
No, object, Your Honor.
Yes. What's the nature of the objection?
Your Honor, the question that the defense advocate asked for Officer Momo was a double question. It contained two facts that need to separate into two different questions.
Okay, can you just outline what you say are the two facts that need separating?
Your Honor, the defense advocate asked that Eltra Parker was tired and stressed. And we should separate that as two questions. Is that Eltra Parker stressed and is that Eltra Parker was tired?
All right. Do any of the judges have a view that they would like to express on this issue?
I understand the question as asking, or rather confirming, what the officer's testimony just was on direct cross-examination, and that testimony included both of these facts. So if that's the question, I don't see an issue here. The question is not whether she was actually this and that, but whether the officer actually just said that. That's what I understand the question to be, and so I don't see any issue with it.
Yeah, I say the same view with Judge Helena.
It may, however, be easier for us if the question is divided up, because if she answers no, we don't know if she's agreeing to saying no, both were asked or one was asked. So maybe maybe the question can be split in half on chief examination. You answered was tired, isn't that correct? And then on chief examination, you answered that was stressed, isn't that correct? That way, in my mind, I understand. Yes, maybe the answer to both, but we're not sure.
Yes. All right. Well, look, I think with given the nature of the objection and given the view expressed generally by the judges, perhaps the defence advocate can break the questions down a little further.
All right, Your Honor. So, Officer Momo, in chief examination, you will answer like you answer like Ms. Eltra Parker looked tired. Is that correct?
No, it was not my statement. It was not my answer.
Okay, that would be all, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, defence advocate. Now, Mr. Prosecution, do you have any re-examination for Officer Momo?
Yes, Your Honor. I have a few questions for examination with Officer Momo.
Yes, thank you.
Officer Momo, could you tell us what is the reason for you to conduct the unclosed search?
Yes, so I've been working in the police station jail for about 29 years. I've seen how creative people can be in the holding cell about creating a weapon or even hiding a weapon. So when I saw Parker doing this to Azippa and also saw her pants sticking to the front of her pants, I was extremely concerned for her immediate safety and also that of other people in the cell. That's why I conduct that unclosed search.
So why didn't you tell Lady Bloom to conduct the unclosed search with the accused?
There was not enough time to instruct Lady Bloom to undertake that search because, like I said, it was an immediate situation.
So why do you think it is proper to choose this method?
Well, I think there's maybe many more ways to prevent the risk, but unclosed search is the fastest and the most effective method to in this immediate situation that can completely stop the danger.
Okay, so what is the reason for you to conduct the final interrogation?
Yes, we decided to question Parker about the fold-up note, but we also received the news that the white powder was cocaine. So to make sense for both me and Senior Officer Strait, we needed to question Parker about these two things.
So how can you explain about the timing of interrogation?
Like I said, I've been working in the police station jail for most of my career. So, I mean, I'm really sorry because I did not keep the time record, but I think based on our experience, the time that we have in our statement is reliable, which is under 8 hours, and we only question her for under 4 hours.
Thank you, Officer Momo. No more further questions for Officer Momo. Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, all right. Thank you. Officer Momo, you're excused now as a witness. You may remain in the hearing and observe the remainder of the hearing if you wish to do so.